Three-day appeal hearing against cancellation of candidature continues at EC for election of 11th Parliament. BNP's hodgepodge unity on brink of collapse while huge public support for Army League generated, says Obaidul Qadir in Noakhali. Japan Parliament passes bill allowing recruitment of foreign workers. And Bangladesh to meet Windies in first match of three-match ODI series tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum. I'm Elisa Ibrahim, welcoming you to BTV, BTV World and BTV Chattogram Center.
And I'm Salahuddin Ahmed with you. You have just heard the headlines, now on to the details. President Mohammed Abdul Hamid has asked the newly inducted military officers to remain always alert for safeguarding the country's hard-earned independence and sovereignty. The President made the call while addressing the President's Parade 2018 of the 76th Army Long Course Officers at Bangladesh Military Academy BMA at Bhatiari in Chattogram today. The President, also the Armed Forces Supreme Commander, simultaneously asked the newly commissioned officers to be partners of common people in their happiness, sorrow and smile, cry. Referring to Bangladesh Army's outstanding contribution in various development activities, he hoped that the newly commissioned officers would establish ideals through their works which others are to follow. Mohammed Abdul Hamid hoped that the Army would strengthen its position worldwide by dint of their efficiency, merit and knowledge. He said, Bangladesh Army was born through the Great Liberation War in 1971, adding that father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, framed a defense policy in 1974 to build a strong and trained army suitable for an independent country. Earlier, the President reviewed the smartly turned-out parade, riding on an open jeep, and took salute at the impressive march past. Through today's parade, a total of 257 cadets, including 37 female, 2 Saudi Arabians, and 1 Sri Lankan, were commissioned. Diplomats, senior political leaders, Chief of Army Staff General Aziz Ahmed, Chief of Naval Staff Admiral Nizamuddin Ahmed, Chief of Air Staff Air Chief Marshal Masihuzzaman Sereniabat, members of Parliament, secretaries concerned to the President, high civil and military officials, and parents and guardians of the newly commissioned officers were present. Hearing on the appeal petitions filed by the candidates of the 11th parliamentary polls whose candidacies were cancelled by the returning officers are being held for the last day at Nirbachon Commission Bhavan in Dhaka today. The commission, led by Chief Election Commissioner K.M. Nurul Huda, is conducting the hearing. Earlier, 543 candidates have submitted appeal applications to get back their candidacies. Out of them, 310 applications have been resolved. The Commission will resolve hearing of 232 appeals today. Election Commission rejected convicted BNP chairperson Begum Khalida Zia's appeals against cancellation of her nomination papers by returning officers, declaring her candidacy is invalid in 3 constituencies. Regarding the Commission's order, Awami League Presidium member Advocate Yusuf Hussain Humayun told the journalists after the rejection of Khalida Zia's appeals that the BNP chairperson will not be allowed to compete in the upcoming national elections.
Awami League Joint General Secretary Jahangir Kabir Nanok has said BNP, Oiko Front and Jamaat are hatching conspiracies to thwart the election by making the Election Commission questionable. He said this to the journalists after a delegation of Awami League led by him met EC Secretary Helaluddin Ahmed at the Agargaon Nirbachan Bhavan in the capital today. Jahangir Kabir Nanok said the people of the country are now in election mood, but the agitation of BNP leaders who were denied a nomination before the party office is demonstrative of BNP hierarchy's money-making from the party's nomination seekers. He also said the election time government would extend all-out cooperation to the EC in holding the polls in a free, fair and neutral manner. Awami League General Secretary Obaidul Qadir has said the Oiko Front has come at the futile condition. He said this while replying to a journalist after visiting Kobir Hat, Bashur Hat, Kompaniganj and Kachari Hat in Noakhali today. Obaidul Qadir said the BNP has started feeling their fates as nomination-deprived candidates are demonstrating on the streets. Replying to a question about Khaleda Zia's taking part in the election, Obaidul Qadir said she is a convicted person, so she will not get any chance to contest. Highlighting the development projects like electricity supply from door to door, setting up of community clinics, Podda Bridge and Metro Rail, Obaidul Qadir said public sentiments have been created in favor of the Awami League across the country. Later, Awami League General Secretary joined a meeting organized by Kobir Hat Upozilla Awami League in Noakhali today. Obaidul Qadir said ahead of the upcoming general election, favorable atmosphere is prevailing across the country compared to the past. Among others, member of the local constituency Ekramul Karim spoke at the function. Obaidul Qadir said Awami League leaders and supporters are united all over the country. Industries Minister Amir Hussain Amu has said that the freedom fighters should play a role so that the next parliamentary election could be held peacefully for keeping the democratic trend uninterrupted. He made this remark while speaking at a discussion of the occasion of Jhalukati Free Day organized by the freedom fighters and their children. Industries Minister said that the defeated force of Liberation War tried to move the country's wheel backward by killing the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, and his family on 15th August 1975. This evil force is involved in conspiracies till now. Amir Hussain Amu urged everybody to be united against the conspiracy. Local Awami League leaders were present on the occasion. Bangladesh has set an example for the world to follow on its remarkable progress in ending hunger and extreme poverty. Health Minister Mohammad Naseem said this while addressing a view exchange meeting organized by Shonamukhi Union Awami League at Kazipur Upazila in Sirajganj today. The minister said BNP and Oiko Front are in a mission of false propaganda against Election Commission. Mass people are not accepting their propaganda as they witness real happening and BNP's falsehood, he added. Now BTV's regular field report, People Voice on politics and election. Discussions, table talks and conversations are going on at every corner of the country as a national election coming nearer. Mass people are discussing about the government's performance, development of localities and dreams and possibilities of future Bangladesh. Talking to the BTV, some young people from Savar area expressed their thoughts over the next general election. One of them said that he wants the country should not move backward from its present development activities. He said the politicians should have only one ambition, and that is to develop the country. Another young man said those who change their political party and ideology should be checked. The party-changing leaders are not good for the country's well-being. A young lady said that politics should be done only to ensure the public interest, not for self-interest. She also emphasized that the young generation should come to politics and take the leadership of the political parties.
Bangladesh Short Film and Documentary Festival 2018 began at Jatiyo Chitrushala in the capital today. A total of 48 selected short films and 22 documentaries will be screened at the 8-day festival. Director General of Bangladesh Shilpokala Academy, Liakot Ali Laki, chaired the inaugural function, which was also addressed by its Secretary Muhammad Badrul Alam Bhuiya, Information Secretary Abdul Malik, Cultural Affairs Secretary Muhammad Nasiruddin Ahmed, President of Bangladesh Film Directors Association Mushfiqur Rahman Gulzar, and President of Bangladesh Short Film Forum Jahidur Rahman Anjun. Organizers said Best Film, Best Filmmaker and Special Jury Award will be given at the end of the festival. The inaugural function was followed by a colorful cultural function. Speakers at an international discussion titled Bangladesh-China Relation and Possibilities at a hotel in the capital today said Bangladesh-China bilateral relation is very old and friendly, which has reached a new height now. ISS Principal Research Fellow and former advisor to caretaker government on foreign affairs, Dr. Iftikhar Ahmed Chowdhury chaired the discussion, while Cosmos Foundation Chairman Inayatullah Khan and Chinese ambassador to Bangladesh, Zhang Zuo, spoke, among others. China's role in Rohingya issue also came up in a panel discussion participated by local and international experts. Speakers hoped that the discussion will help evaluate Bangladesh-China bilateral relation in its present perspective and help focusing on future challenges and possibilities.
And now international news. Japan eases immigration rules for workers. Japan's parliament has approved the new law allowing hundreds of thousands of foreigners into the country to ease labor shortages. From next April, foreigners will be allowed to take up jobs in sectors such construction, farming and nursing. Japan has traditionally been wary of immigration, but the government says more foreigners are needed because of Japan's aging population. Police in Paris have fired tear gas on protesters as a fourth weekend of anti-government protests turned violent. Up to 5,000 people have gathered in the city center and at least 272 are in custody. But numbers are down on previous weekends. Some 8,000 police and 12 armored vehicles have been deployed in Paris and nearly 90,000 countrywide. The Yellow Vest movement opposed fuel tax rises, but ministers say it's been hijacked by ultra-violent protesters. Meanwhile, France closed the Eiffel Tower and other tourism landmarks in Paris from Saturday. U.S. President Donald Trump has picked State Department spokesman Heather Nauert to be America's new U.S. ambassador. The president also nominated William Barr as the new Attorney General. Ms. Nauert, a former Fox News presenter, was made State Department spokeswoman on April 2017, her first government position. Her predecessors at the UN, Nikki Haley, announced in October that she would leave the post by the end of the year. Ms. Nauert's appointment to the UN role now has to be approved by the U.S. Senate. The chief financial officer of the Chinese telecom giant Huawei faces fraud charges in the United States, a Canadian court hearing has revealed. Meng Wanzhou, daughter of Huawei's founder, is accused of breaking America's sanction on Iran. She was arrested in Vancouver 1 December and faces extradition to the U.S. The court is deciding whether or not to allow bail Friday's 5-hour hearing has now ended and the case was adjourned till Monday. Meng faces up to 30 years in prison in the US if found guilty of the charges.
Now news on sports. The first match of the three-match ODI series between Bangladesh and Windies will be played at Shere-Bangla National Cricket Stadium in Mirpur tomorrow. The day-night match will start at 1 o'clock local time. Bangladesh Television will telecast the match live. More on cricket. India are leading by 166 runs in the Adelaide Test after day 3. India scored 151 runs for 3 in the second innings. Chitteshwar Pujara and Ajinkya Rahane are on the crease. Earlier, Australia scored 235 runs and India scored 250 in the first innings. To end the bulletin, headlines once again. President Mohammad Abdul Hamid asks Bangladesh Army to be ready to defend country's sovereignty. Three-day appeal hearing against cancellation of candidature continues at EC for election on the 11th Parliament. BNP's hodgepodge unity on brink of collapse, while huge public support for Awami League generated, says Obaidul Qadir in Noakhali. Japan Parliament passes bill allowing recruitment of foreign workers. And Bangladesh to meet Windies in the first match of three-match ODI series tomorrow.